Some people have no shortage of options when it comes to a career. The son of a doctor, Alan Henderson considered medicine. But you may know his name because of the different path he took. Star basketball player with 4 NBA teams. Now he's moved on to a whole new pursuit, creating a line of liquors that honors some pioneers of the past.
We're just going to basically center that up.
At the Dry Hills Distillery, Alan Henderson and Jeff Glor are tapping into a time-tested tradition. Woo! Finding the right blend, aged at the right time to create the perfect taste.
This is our Birdie Brown straight wheat whiskey here.
Henderson asked Glor to help him barrel a brew and come up with a recipe to pay homage to Montana moonshiner Birdie Brown. Oh, wow. It bites at the beginning and at the end, too. Nice spice.
You know, I just look at her as just being really just the ultimate boss in an unexpected place at an unexpected time.
Dry Hill sits in the heart of Bozeman, about 3 hours south from where Birdie Brown settled as a homesteader. Out of the 1.6 million people granted land to homestead in the mid-1800s, less than 1% were African American.
And she ended up growing her own grains, she distilled her own liquor, had her own little parlor where she would sell her product out, and she was doing all this by herself.
During Prohibition.
During Prohibition. It was just an amazing story to me. And I have to say, growing up, I didn't think about people look like me homesteading.
Henderson has branded her story and others, like St. Louis spirit master Tom Bullock, who in 1917 became the first known African American to publish a cocktail manual.
In Tom's book, he's got your 170 recipes, whatever. I went through every recipe.
Titled The Ideal Bartender.
I would go in the liquor store and I wouldn't see any bottles that looked like me or were telling stories that really spoke to me.
Henderson's story began in Indianapolis. The son of a physician, he was playing college basketball with plans to go to medical school until the NBA came calling. In 12 years, he was a star forward on 4 pro teams.
Yes, it definitely is my second career. My first love I fulfilled was playing basketball, and I was able to do that at the highest level. Then when I got to Atlanta, the music scene was burgeoning. We ended up doing an independent music company, sold 100,000 records, and I was always dabbling in something.
Yeah, so, you own a few Smoothie Kings at one point.
Yeah, we did. We had some of those restaurants going, and I was always just curious about things and curious about business.
What is hooch?
So the plain hooch to me is just unaged whiskey, but we're not allowed by legal reasons to say unaged whiskey on it because to be a whiskey, it has to touch a barrel, and this hasn't touched a barrel at all. We put that straight into the bottle at 100 proof.
Henderson says his hooch is close to Birdie's original, which was revolutionary for its time. But it's difficult to produce because it can kill you. And she evidently did it with some panache.
Yes, with some panache, and she was known for having great tasting spirits that were safe, like you said, which was a big deal.
You know, I've never seen whiskey that was clear before.
It's very smooth because we use the wheat, oat, and barley. It's different than like a corn moonshine or straight unaged whiskey you may see. So it's very smooth, even though it's 100 proof. A lot of people use it in place of vodka, adds a little elevated experience.
Ooh.
All right, no barrel action.
Oh, whoa, what a kick. It's not just his brand he hopes to push forward, but the industry as a whole.
So our mission is to diversify the bar. I feel like with these huge companies, these global conglomerates, there's space for us to launch brands, there's space for us to be distillers, places for us to be in marketing and sales and distributing.
Henderson Spirits is among a growing class of spirit makers changing the game, evolving from big industry brands bolstered by celebrity names to those self-made startups.
Everything we know about something changes.
6-year-old Uncle Nearest is the fastest growing bourbon in U.S. history, distilling independently in Shelbyville, Tennessee, under the watchful eye of Fawn Weaver.
Fawn's just done an outstanding job telling a great story, having a great product.
We are here to make the pie bigger.
And also now championing other brands, helping other brands come up and giving them a chance. It's really neat to see, and I think it's that spirit of helping one another because I think it's a $37 billion industry, so there's room for all of us to play. It's not like, if I win, you can't win. It's not like that. I think there's room for all of us to see good success. They have everything they need to make this great liquid. We have the still, the fermenters, the mashers right here.
That's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Hooch aside, Henderson sees opportunity ahead to reverse the erasure of pioneers, both past and present.
There's a big discrepancy, not just in spirits, but just across all businesses with the way the investment comes in, as far as
Access to capital.
Yeah, access to capital. Like for companies like ours, we want to grow. We want to be able to buy more barrels. We want to, go from hundreds to thousands to tens of thousands of barrels, and we want to get there. As we look for investment, we're learning it's a little bit different. So I was really excited about this year for us, and I'm hoping I can be somebody that helps raise that percentage of funding that comes towards minority companies.
And that success comes one shot glass
Cheers.
Have another sip.
Let's have another sip.
at a time.
Here's the Birdie Brown. I'm all about the hooch.
Can you tell I liked it?
Yeah, you didn't think we could handle it alone.
I know,
so
I
you had to
watered it
drink
down
more.
a little bit here, some simple syrup and some...
Cheers.
Your reaction was cheers.
Yeah.
No,
Your
it
reaction
was. But you know
fantastic.
what's so great? These stories coming out about our storied past really link us in so many ways. Tom Bullock, who wrote that book, The Ideal Bartender, he got help from our 41st president's great-grandfather. That would be George Herbert
W.
Walker
Bush.
Bush. Yes, he got help. He worked
Right.
at a country club, and so
That's what I was
that was a
wondering, was how
member.
the hell-
Yes,
like-
yes.
Yeah.
But allyship is wonderful, and that's kind of what you're seeing throughout the spirit industry right now. People helping one another to succeed, and that's what everyone is very excited.
The drink is lovely, but in the break, I'm going to taste just the hooch. I'm
pound
admitting
it.
I want
Pound
to taste
it.
it. I want to
Come
taste the
on.
hooch. The drink's lovely.
It's a lot.